Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really nah, I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. About my chicken and its rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing yet. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. That's the way. I said I'ma do it, I'ma get it anyways. All I do is work, I got this money on my brain. I don't like to talk, I just got way too much to say. They been trying to get me, I'ma get them out of the way. I said I'ma do it, I'ma go and get it back. We got in a whip, then I went and hit the dash. I've been thanking God for this life that I done had. I don't need opinions, dog, I only need a facts. It's real, dog, sitting still, dog. They in they feels, dog. I got these bills, dog. Need a meal, dog. If they wantin' less, it's no deal, dog. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ, ATB crew. Let me know that you're here in the chat. Give me a hashtag ATB, or maybe give me a hashtag DZ if you came from ATB. What is going on, Candle Mafia? We've got an amazing show for you guys tonight. Bitcoin. What is it going to do? Now, as you guys know, we do have the FOMC meeting tomorrow, and I will be live streaming the live streaming the FOMC meeting, guys, tomorrow. We will be live. We're going to kick it. I don't typically live. It'll be the first FOMC meeting that I've live streamed. We're going to kick it. I don't typically trade on FOMC days, but maybe we'll get into some degenerate trades. I don't recommend you guys trade on FOMC days. A lot of times this news can cause unpredictable volatility. Now, as traders, we do actually hunt out volatility because we need that volatility to make money, right? Excuse me. We need price to go up and down, right? We need those violent moves up and down to make money. But due to the unpredictability of that volatility on the FOMC meetings, typically, we get that rip to the upside, followed by the rip to the downside, or vice versa. Longs get wrecked, shorts get wrecked, and it's a pretty dangerous environment to trade in. So if you are going to be out there trading, just please make sure that you're using good risk management, guys. Have your stop losses set, and don't just go for those home run trades, right? You just want to be really, really careful because, again, likely the longs and the shorts are going to get wrecked. But I want to talk about, kind of what the likely case is here for Bitcoin tomorrow. Are we going to get a big move up? Are we going to get a big move down? Now, obviously, probably going to get both of those, but which direction is Bitcoin going to pick? Are we going to get that break to the downside, or are we going to get a move back to the upside to push up to some higher prices? I want to go over kind of the bullish case and the bearish case today because, again, we're likely to see both of them play out tomorrow at some point. So we're going to look at the bearish case, the bullish case, and then try to figure out if we could find a bias to lean bearish or bullish, after the washing machine turns off, the shorts are wrecked, the longs are wrecked. We'll try to figure out, try to predict what direction Bitcoin will pick after all the volatility and all the dust has settled. And I'm going to be showing you guys all the key levels to the upside and the downside, as well as some of the bullish and bearish things popping up on the charts, kind of give you my plan going into tomorrow. And then again, we will be live for the FOMC meeting tomorrow. Maybe we'll be trading. Maybe we'll get into, if we see a nice setup, maybe we'll get into a trade. But if not, we'll be hanging out, watching the actual meeting. And we'll be watching the live volatility, probably on the 1 second chart. So it's going to be super fun. So make sure you guys, I think maybe the thumbnail's up. Tony D, if you're listening to me right now, let me know if that thumbnail's up. If not, when it's up, let everybody know. You guys could turn the notifications on and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss when we go live. But with all that being said, guys, before we go ahead and jump into the charts, make sure you smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where you guys will all have the chance to win some free crypto, maybe a Frankie Candles hat, maybe a free month to the premium Discord, which we call the kitchen. But we're going for 560 likes on tonight's live stream, guys. If we get 560 likes, I will spin that wheel 15 times, greatly increasing the chances of getting some free crypto, and it will actually increase the amount of crypto that you guys win. So definitely smash that like button if you have not already. And we did a little poll here. Asking if anybody's ever lost money sending crypto. And we got, so most of you guys, so 60% of you guys have not lost money, but 41% of you guys have actually lost money. And I do want to take that time to go ahead and let you guys know that the Frankie Candles live stream is sponsored by Presend. As you guys know, millions of dollars are lost from people sending the wrong transaction details, or they lose their crypto by entering in the wrong transaction details. You send to the wrong chain, or you mess up your wallet address. Presend.io has a Chrome extension. It is not available yet, but they do have this web app. If you click this web app, it will pop up here, and you can see it kind of opens up here. They will have that Chrome extension, you can see coming soon. But basically, guys, Presend is really, really cool. Essentially, it will prevent you from messing up your transaction details. If you try to send something to the wrong chain, or you mess up your wallet address and you try to send it, Presend will actually come up and it will actually pop up and say, hey, transaction error, warning, you're going to lose all your money. And you can actually choose to cancel the transaction. It's kind of just like a safety for the safety. I know most of you guys probably quadruple quadruple check your stuff. I know a lot of you guys are out there. I've been sending crypto, send crypto all the time, so I'm sure you guys double check. But pre-send makes it, puts into the back of your mind. You don't have to think about it. And again, it will just come up with that pop-up with a big red button that says, hey, you're going to lose your money. Click here to cancel that transaction, and it can absolutely save you money, and it just takes the headache out of things so you don't have to keep double checking things. And again, that Chrome extension will be coming soon, but for now, you could go ahead and use that web app, connect it straight to your MetaMask, and it is super, super user-friendly. Ben actually has a video on the BitBoy Crypto channel interviewing the CEO of the company, and they kind of go over and do a full demonstration of the actual product, so you guys can go over to that video and check it out if you want to learn a little bit more. But shout out to Presend for sponsoring the Frankie Candles live stream. But with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and say what's up to chat real quick. I'm gonna shout some people out real quick. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer in the chat, Crypto Anon, Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Billy, Tyler Durden, D Petty Crypto, Captain Kirk, and Crypto Billy. Did I say Crypto Billy twice? Those are our mods, guys. Go ahead and show them some love in chat. They make this channel what it is. So shout out to them. I would be absolutely lost without them. Shout out to Nate, Quantum Divergence. I appreciate you from being here. Shout out to you, man. We got Beft up. What is going on? Creighton C, as always, happy to see you, bro. Patrick in the house. What is going on, man? Dave Digital shouting out Jonathan Schaefer. Let's go. Slugger Slug. What is going on, man? Crypto Killer Whale. Everybody smile. Let's go. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into these dang charts and try to figure out what is going on with Bitcoin. And hey, shout out to Chemistry Bro, says, Frankie, you are the Bing Bong boss. Let's go. Shout out to you. Shout out to Chemistry Bro, man. I appreciate you. Oh, dang, people flooding into chat here with the chats. Let's get it. But, guys, shout out to anybody who tuned into the live stream yesterday. Stick around for that altcoin section because yesterday, you will know, we were looking at Pepe. And we were looking at Pepe, and we saw a little scalp short opportunity, I said, don't take the trade. This is not a trade signal. Do your own research. Do not copy trade me. But we're going to go ahead and check in on that trade because it wound up hitting for like 15%. So we're going to go ahead and check in on that at the altcoin section. But before we do that, guys, let's go ahead and check in on Bitcoin. Now, as you guys know, kind of our bullish case here. Now, obviously, we do have a bit of a interesting situation here because we do have that FOMC meeting tomorrow. Let me go ahead and clear all these drawings. I'm going to kind of start fresh with you guys here. Now, obviously, we do have FOMC tomorrow, which is going to cause a lot of volatility in the markets, and it's going to be unpredictable volatility, right? I do believe let's go ahead and pull this range real quick. I just kind of want to show you guys the levels I am watching and kind of, what I would be expecting out of the markets tomorrow, even if it winds up turning into a washer machine. And by washer machine, I just mean, obviously, kind of up, down, up, down, up, down, wrecking the longs, wrecking the shorts, doing as Bitcoin does on these big news days. But Jerome Powell owns Pepe. Let's go. Got my moon bag for Pepe. Let's go. Shout out to anybody holding Pepe. It has been crushing it. This is the best crypto community, Panda Storm. Let's go, guys. If you like the Candle Mafia, smash that like button. Even if you don't like Frankie Candles, if you like the Mafia, go ahead and smash that like button. But, guys, let's actually just pull up our chart here. Now, some things you guys know, kind of our bullish case that we were looking at yesterday on the live stream lied on the 4-hour time frame, right? We saw that money flow crossing over into the green, right? And even before we got that crossover into the green, this was something that we were looking at as the bullish case, right? Because we do have some bearish things popping up, or we had some bearish things print yesterday, such as this daily blood diamond. We also had a 2-day blood diamond that was printing. However, it has since disappeared, which would be somewhat of a good sign, in my opinion. And that definitely disappeared because of that nice little recovery candle that we had, holding this level of support very nicely, which happens to be a point of control, as you can see right there, as well as a golden pocket. But we'll check in on that in a second. But we do have some of those kind of bearish signals, right? Popping up on the on the higher time frames. Blood diamond confirmed on your 16-hour. Money flow crossed back over into the red. Your 12-hour money flow has crossed back over into the red as well. And taking a look at your 10-hour money flow back deep in the red, as you have your green dot confirmed, but that will likely roll back over at some point. Way too soon to tell. But, amongst all those kind of bearish signals, guys, we did have that bullish case on the 4-hour time frame. And And it was with that money flow crossover into the green, and we did actually get a little bit of a bullish divergence here, which was kind of indicating that we were going to get that first move to the upside that we got. But the reason that this bull div on the 4-hour could be important, guys, is because sometimes, and actually a lot of the time, not 100% of the time, it's not the most beautiful setup on the 4-hour as far as divergences go with money flow and all that other confluence deliciousness. But, we did get that 4-hour bull div, which oftentimes can mark an actual local bottom, a pretty strong local bottom. And the thing that added a little bit of confluence to that is the fact that we did wind up yesterday but we did get a bit of support on this local golden not local golden pocket. Let's pull up the other chart here. We got a little bit of support on this 786 level, which is very important, right? And the reason that's important, guys, is because we know, right? We talk all the time about how price likes to make lower highs and higher lows, depending on which direction the market's going, at these 786 golden pocket retracements, right? So a lot of times you will get, let me see if I can find a kind of a good example here, right? I bet you this is probably one, right? If you pull from the high to the low, you could see before we wound up continuing this downtrend, right? You get the start of the downtrend, boom. Bing bong, you start coming down, then you get the retracement into that golden pocket, but a lot of times that is where price likes to make a lower high to continue that downtrend, right? This is, a very, very common place for price to kind of retrace to before making that lower high and continuing to the downside. Now, sometimes you will pop up to that 786 as well, and it's basically just the same thing, but instead of hitting the golden pocket, you hit that 786. Again, giving you that continuation to the downside, creating that lower high. Now, the same thing happens to the upside, guys. Price will come up, and then it will retrace, and oftentimes you will find support at the golden pocket to make a higher low, right? You have a higher low technically here, and then you get another higher low, typically at the golden pocket or the 786 fib level, just like you would on the way down. So this is kind of one of those things that we were saying last night, like, hey, we got a little bit of support on that 786, which is a good sign because we created that higher low. We created that higher low at that 786, and we know oftentimes that is where price likes to bounce off of before coming back to the upside. But the question here is, are we going to get a big move up, or are we just going to come up and come into this golden pocket to get a lower high to continue this downtrend? Now, this is something I am looking at very, very carefully because if we do get this move up, I would expect, just looking at the volume profiles, right? Taking a look at the volume profiles, you guys know, typically what you're looking for here is longs at the lows, shorts at the highs, right? This is a very reliable trading strategy if you know how to trade it, right? You come to the lows. Next likely place is obviously to go to the POC. If you can get above that POC, likely you come to the value area high, and then you are likely to come back to the lows, and then you're likely to come back to the highs, and then you're likely to come back to the lows. But you can see here, it is not 100%, but it is very, very reliable when you know how to trade these things, especially if you know what confirmations to look for. It could be an absolutely overpowered strategy. And kind of what we're looking for here, guys, is we came out of our value area, right? Kind of indicating that price may be a little bit overbought because, kind of how I explain these things, or at least the volume profile is, let me pull up this easier to read chart here, right? A little bit of a simpler chart. So anytime you're looking at a range, right? So for example, we're looking at this range, right? You could think of the middle of this volume profile, the area between the value area high, the value area low. This is where you get that little range. And basically what you could think of this as is a fair price for Bitcoin, right? Or you could think of this as Bitcoin finding balance, right? Typically, when you're in these ranges, this is where price likes to trade. The POC of the middle of that range acts as a magnet, as you can see. Obviously, price sticks to this level as that is where most of the volume was transacted, which we can tell from this very, very high volume node, these big volume waves. This is how we know that's where all the volume is traded. And that point of control is what acts as a magnet. Price is attracted to these points of control or just high volume nodes in general, right? You're just attracted to those high volume areas. Now, taking a look here, anytime you come out of the value area high, right, in which in this case is coming in at about 29,111, anytime you come out of that range, you can think of this as price being overbought, right? We know our value area high is still down here. Price has left that area of balance, found imbalance to the upside, and it is basically overbought in these levels. That is why we look for shorts anytime we're at the value area high, or oftentimes when we deviate from the value area high. That's actually how we caught this short in the premium Discord from the literal top, right? From the literal top at about 31K, we saw this this higher high on price action. We had a 4-hour bear div with money flow coming out, and we were outside of that value area amongst other confirmations on the lower time frames, giving us that confluence to get into a short position and ride this thing down from the top, right? And one of the big reasons we were able to catch that trade was because we knew that Bitcoin was a little bit overvalued here, right? Because we knew the value area is down here, aka the fair price or the balanced price for Bitcoin is down in this range, and we know when we leave here that price is overbought essentially, right? And we would expect a move down to that value area high, and likely unless we get a big bounce off of this value area high and start to come to higher prices, this is where you're expecting to get sucked back into your balance and kind of just range around in that value area once again. And then you can see you came down to the lows, and then you got to bounce back up to the highs, and then you got to rip back down to the lows, and then you're back at the highs, right? So I just wanted to explain that for anybody new who's watching. It's a very kind of simple explanation of how these volume profiles work and why we look for shorts at the highs and longs at the lows, right? We talked about this yesterday with this head and shoulders, and just the blood diamonds were popping up everywhere. The bearish signs were there, but we were warning everybody, don't get overly bearish just yet, right? Because we're not losing critical support yet, and obviously those blood diamonds are very powerful, and we have to keep watching them. But we were talking about how I'm not really getting bearish until we really start losing this white box, right? This white box between about your value area low is coming in at about $26,965. But, if we zoom out here and pull up the volume, you can see, pull up that VPVR, we kind of have this little bit of a volume gap below this white box. So this level here at about 26,450, if we lose that level, that is where I would flip more bearish. And by more bearish, I mean I would be expecting price to come down to that $25,300 level, where we have a 786 at 25.5, and then the top of this blue box, which correlates with the top of these wicks, at about $25,300. And that is our next key level of support if we wind up breaking this range, right? I'm not just getting super bearish because price is coming down, right? We need to break these key levels before I start expecting a bigger move down to between about 25.5 and 25K. Now, we're going to talk about what will happen if we lose 25K in a second, but first, I kind of want to talk a little bit more about this range up here. Now, obviously, we are looking for, we came down to our range lows. Let me go ahead and just hide this VPVR real quick. Now, pretty simple price action here, right? We came down to the lows of the range, right? And then we got another move to the high, another move to the low, another move to the high, and now we are working our way to the low. Yesterday, we came to that POC. We started to lose it, but then we got that support on the 786. But we have since flip that point of control to support, in which case we are now expecting price to potentially make it back up to this value area high. And if we are able to make that move back up to this value area high, we will simply be looking for shorts because that's how the volume profiles work, right? We look for shorts at the highs and longs at the lows. So essentially, guys, tomorrow, if we get this crazy volatility, again, I don't recommend anybody. Shout out to Hannah King in the house. What is going on? I almost said, what's going on, CandleMafia? What's going on, Hannah? Saying, hey, CandleMafia, what's going on? Oh, God, you guys are talking about, now I'm hungry. Yeah, I just got hungry, too, with what? With white navy beans. But yeah, Princess Hannah. Let's go. Shout out to Melissa Santiago. But kind of what we're looking at here, guys, tomorrow when we get this crazy volatility, I will kind of just be looking at this value area as long as we remain within this value area between 29.2 and about 26,950 as long as we remain in this value area. And I'll go ahead and get rid of some of these other levels just to clean the chart up for you guys a little bit and just make it a little bit more clear. This is basically what we're looking at. I'll get rid of some of these fibs and just kind of clean it up. I'll get rid of this bigger range. And there you go, right? This is just kind of the range we're looking at. I'll even get rid of the golden pocket here just to kind of make it easy on the eyes. This is what we're looking at, right? I'm just looking within this value area. If we deviate to the highs, might be time to start looking for some shorts unless things get absolutely insane and we start ripping way higher. Typically, this is where we're looking for shorts, right? So until we decisively break the value area high and get some strong moves to the upside, I am expecting to come up here, potentially reject, and then where would the next spot be to go based off the volume profiles? It would be to reject the highs and then come back down to the lows, obviously understanding that we're going to get some kind of support at the POC, which right now is coming in at about $28,050, right? So that was our key level to hold. The other day, we deviated, got a bounce on that 786, reclaimed the POC, and now we're on our way potentially to come up to that value area high. So just looking for shorts, playing the ranges, guys. Shout out to Marvin's. Shout out to you. It says, where can we watch FOMC live tomorrow in case you forget to stream it? Hey, we're not gonna forget. We're going to be here no matter what. Actually, we could probably share that link. We'll share that link in the free Discord. Tony D, if you could drop the link of where people can see that live, we will just be live. I'll kind of be streaming it, in a window on the screen. But if you guys are curious, Tony D, if you could drop that link somewhere in the Discord and just add everybody in trading chat or drop it, somewhere where everyone can find it, we will go ahead and drop that. And then Tony D, just let us know when you do that so people can go grab it or just know where to find it. Let's see. Okay, continuing on here. Again, just looking for shorts here. Now, tomorrow, it's very hard to say what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Even if you can guess what the rate hike is going to be, even if you could predict that, it's very hard to predict the volatility that follows it, right? Because, again, it's very likely to get that washing machine to the downside, back to the upside, and just wreck the longs and the shorts. Taking a look here, again, just looking at shorts here. If we do get that short, I will look for a potential move all the way back to the range, expecting support at that $28,060 POC. But again, once you reject those highs, it is going to be more likely that you get a move back down to your value area low. And then this is where that, that head and shoulders. That head and shoulders that we were looking at yesterday is likely going to look very, very, very scary, right? Because once we wind up getting, if we do wind up getting this, right, maybe we move up to the value area high. We may reject from where we're at right now. That's not impossible, but I would like to potentially come back up to this value area high and look for bearish confirmation to get into a fresh little scalp short to the bottom of the range. But if we do get something to happen like that, whether we reject from here or whether we reject from here and come back down to the lows, once price comes back down here, we will be, if we bounce off this value area low, we will essentially be testing the neckline of this head and shoulders, which, if you guys know anything about trading head and shoulders, is the breakout zone, right? That is where you break out from the pattern, right? Obviously, you have your left shoulder, you have your head, you have your right shoulder, and then this is your neckline, right? And then typically what will happen is you'll get a breakdown, a bearish retest, and then a dump, right? And the proper way to trade this would be to get the breakdown, wait for the retest. Do not enter on these long red candles if it is breaking down, right? Because you have to understand that we are at the lows of the range, and it is possible, just like I was talking about how you can deviate out of your range to the upside, you are likely to get sucked back into the actual value area. Same thing happens to the downside. You can wick down here, get a swing failure pattern of maybe one of these main wicks down here, get a swing failure pattern, something like that. Just deviate from the range a little bit and then get a move back up to the top of your range, right? So basically how I would trade this is breakdown, not looking for shorts on the breakdown. I'm actually looking for longs on that breakdown. And then you're waiting for the retest of this neckline of the head and shoulders, as well as the value area low of your range, again coming in at 26, again coming in at about 20. Well, hang on. What is this? Or your value area low coming in at about $26,922. And then obviously this white box is going to be in play as well. But, once you get that retrace into these levels, that is where you can start looking for shorts. You just want to make sure that you're shorting at resistance and you're not shorting into support, because likely you will get a bounce off that support. So let me go ahead and clean up these lines. And that is what I would be expecting, right? So be very careful. If price comes down here, just know I will be looking for longs. And if we start and it could get scary, especially with the volatility tomorrow. If we wind up getting the move down during that volatility, be very, very careful, because we could easily start pushing down, right? Oh no, we're dumping, guys, we're dumping. And then we may just get a long wick on those candles, right? You might get a candle, that kind of like starts coming down, and then it just winds up being a really long wick, and then you wind up closing your candle. You start closing your candle and you just get one of these long wicks down here, giving you a swing failure of these wicks down here, and that would be a potential long situation. So looking for longs at the lows of the range, not looking for shorts until we break down. I would not be shorting personally until we got a retest. That's the only time I would be looking for shorts is if we get that retest. And then if we do wind up getting that bearish retest and things look bad, we may be able to break down even further. And let's go ahead and take a look at where price can go if we do wind up getting that breakdown, right? Because I want to make it clear, it's not that the head and shoulders is 100% not going to play out either. We have to understand that as traders, you have to look at both scenarios, right? Because nobody knows what's going to happen. And oftentimes, when people think they know what's going to happen, they get faked out, right? Remember, 90 to 95% of all traders lose money. So understand that. Right? 90 to 95% of traders lose money. So typically when you're getting scared, this is why some people say they have a really easy time or they have a really good time counter trading themselves. That's because most people lose money because when you're feeling scared, like price is going to dump, typically you're wrong, right? Like almost everybody is usually wrong. So like when you're scared and you think it's going to dump, I don't recommend actually doing this. It's not a legitimate trading strategy, but if you think it's going to dump, a lot of times, if you just long, you'll wind up having a better time if you don't know what you're doing, right? If you're a new trader, a lot of times, you can almost guarantee that you're just going to get wrecked in the beginning, right? Because you're just going to start feeling really bearish when everyone else feels bearish and everyone else gets wrecked, right? So you're just going to be part of the herd. But the whole point here is everyone, especially if people are super bearish, everyone's going to be bearish at this low, guys. Everybody's going to be bearish at this low, especially if it starts breaking down. But that is not where we get bearish. We look for longs at the lows, and we look for the shorts on the retest. We look to short lower highs, right? We look to short the lower high. So wait for the breakdown. Wait for the retest of a lower high. Just like I was saying earlier, look for a golden pocket retracement, right? It's kind of hard to see, to say where that is going to be. But for instance, if we get a move down here, right, and this was our local top, and this move up was just to create a lower high in this downtrend, we could potentially come down, right? And if price starts wicking down here, right, we start breaking down, and then we get a retracement, you can pull your fib from this local high to your local low, right? And then you're looking for a retrace on that local golden pocket or that local 786, right? So you could look for the lower high at that golden pocket. Again, it's kind of hard to see where that golden pocket's going to be because we don't know where the actual high is going to be. But I mean, especially if your golden pocket is right in line with your value area low / neckline here, and that's your golden pocket, or you could get some kind of confluence with your golden pocket and another level, it would make it an even stronger retest, right? So you wait for that retest into a golden pocket. That is a golden pocket. For anybody who is unfamiliar with my drawings, once you get that breakdown, you look for those golden pockets wherever it is. It may be there, it may be here, it may be here, right? And you look to short the lower high, right? You do not look to short the low. You don't look to short the low, right, at support, because likely that will be a low, even if you're going to dump. Right? Even if you're going to dump and that head and shoulders is going to play out, you're going to get some kind of a bounce here. Most likely. It's not guaranteed, but a lot of times it's just not the best place to short, right? You want to wait for the breakdown, the retest, and you want to short at resistance, right? You do not want to short the lows. You want to short the highs. So there you go. But that is basically what I will be looking for, guys. If we could come back up to this value area high, I will be looking for a short. Other than that, I will be looking to come back down to the lows of the range. I will be looking for longs. Once we break down, bearishly retest, that's where I'm looking for shorts. Now, if we break down, again, Next major level of support is going to be between $25,300 and $25,000, basically even 25.1, depending on what exchange you're looking at. But basically what we're looking for is a retest of these highs here, also these wicks right here. And if we start losing that level, that is where I start to flip a little bit more bearish, guys, because if we go ahead and zoom out, you can see once you break that 25K level, that's where I would expect this Head and Shoulders to play out potentially in full all the way down to $23,000, right? Now, that is if it plays out. But that is also, this Head and Shoulders can break down and we could get strong support on 25K. Right? So just understand that. I'm not expecting this to play out to 23K until we break. I'm not expecting this to play out in full all the way down to $23,000 until we break 25K. Now, pulling up our VPVR, I do want to zoom out just a little bit and see where the volume is, right? Again, from the bottom of your range here, that's our key level. This is the door to lower prices. Once you lose this level, at about 26,500, I would expect a quick move through this low volume gap to 25.3. Once you hit 25.3, if you start moving down, you're going to be inevitably testing $25,000. And then once you lose that, I'm looking for a move down to your next highest volume node. And again, not only is that the technical target of your Head and Shoulders breakdown, but it is also your next highest volume node, which we know once you leave this area of balance, we know price hunts out the value areas. Price hunts out the volume in general. Price hunts high volume nodes. They act as magnets, right? You're at a high volume node here. Look at all these high volume nodes. This is why we are ranging up here. It's part of the reason why we're creating the high volume nodes, but that is why we are sitting up here. Look at all this volume. Once you lose this low, there is nothing until your volume picks back up at 25K. But notice that your next highest volume node is at 23K. So in theory, right, this doesn't play out 100% of the time, but in theory, we are sitting on this high volume node. You could even take these into account as well. But this high volume node is where we're sitting. If you lose this value area, price is naturally going to hunt the next highest volume node, which just happens to be at 23K. It doesn't mean you're guaranteed to go there, but that's why we have these other levels, here also, right? 25.3 and 25K is important because it's a shelf of volume. Just like you have these high volume nodes that act as strong levels of support and resistance, you also have the shelf of volume, right? Now, I want to explain what the shelf of volume is really, really quickly. I'm going to hide the TA, and I'm going to pull up our... what just happened? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pull up our VPVR again. There it is. And I want to talk about what the shelves are, right? You have a volume gap here. I'm going to label this really quick, right? This is a hot... Oh, come on. I'm going to go to a fresh chart here. All right. Let's pull up the volume profile. Guys, this is the sauce. If you got your uncooked macaroni or your uncooked spaghetti, right? Your little uncooked hard spaghetti. Ew, that was kind of weird. Uncooked spaghetti, dip it in your marinade or your marinara sauce if you're not Italian. Stick it in your marinade, right? And start taking your notes, guys. That's how us Italians take notes. It's with uncooked spaghetti, and our ink is the marinade. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, taking a look at our VPVR, right? I want to talk about this for a second because I think it's going to help a lot of people, right? This is basically the anatomy of a volume profile. This is a high volume node, right? Anytime you see a spike in volume, this is a high volume node. This is not only a high volume node, but it's the highest volume node with, looking at this range of candles. This is the highest volume node within this range of price action. This is called the point of control. The point of control is the area where the most volume is traded, making it the strongest level of support and resistance, and also acting the most like a magnet, right? So high volume node, POC, which is just the highest volume node of the area of price action you're looking at. You have another high volume node here, and then these are gaps. These are volume gaps, or also known as some people call them low volume nodes, right? So you have high volume node, low volume node. High volume node, low volume node. Now, just like price is attracted to the high volume nodes, you will realize the opposite with the gaps. The gaps act as repellent for price. Price does not like to stick to low volume nodes. It falls through these gaps. It likes to stick to the high volume nodes, and it likes to do the opposite through the gaps. And you can see this if you're looking at the price action. You could see this very, very clearly, right? Go ahead and pull this stuff back up. There you go, right? You can see this very, very clearly. What happens every time you come into these low volume nodes? You get a big push to the downside, a quick push to the downside. And just like right now, we are tapping on this low volume node. If we keep pushing up here, we are likely going to see a quick move up to about between 29.1 and 29.3, which again is where I would be looking for shorts, right? Now, price likes to stick to the high volume nodes. Price is attracted to the high volume nodes. Low volume gaps, price shoots right through them, right? And then on top of that, you also have shelves, right? You have volume shelves, which is essentially where the volume begins, right? I don't talk about this too often, but I think it's important, right? This is a shelf, right? This is a shelf. Basically, if you were to draw a line, you're flying through this low volume gap, right? You're flying. Where are you going to hit your head? You're going to, let me redraw that real quick. Let me redraw that. Let me make it a little bit more clear for you guys, right? You're coming up. Where's that shelf? That shelf is like the wall of volume. You can't push through this. There's a wall in front of you, or a shelf, right? And the reason they call them shelves, you could call it a wall, you could call it a shelf. Like right here, I would consider this more of a shelf, right? Because you're falling on it. You put something on top of a shelf, so that is kind of what you would think of, right? So that is a shelf. Lots of times you find support. Right now we're finding resistance on this shelf. I'll go ahead and mark this out. There you go, right? So let me go ahead and get rid of these drawings so I don't confuse anybody. And there you go, right? This is a shelf of volume. It's basically where the volume picks up. That is your shelf, right? And then your high volume node, and then your low volume nodes, right? This is another shelf. This is another shelf. This is another shelf, right? So we have to keep in mind that it's not just the point of control. It's not just the low volume gaps. It's also the shelves in volume. So let's go back to our regular chart here and continue on. Get rid of some of these little bing bong bings. There we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Right. So if we are expecting that move down, let me go ahead and readjust. If we get that move below our range here, you're going to likely fall through the gap and bounce on the shelf of volume. This line is essentially your shelf of volume, right? So that is where your volume begins, aka where your support begins. And then obviously you have some high volume nodes in here as well. But again, this is your next very key level. If we break that 25K level, it is going to be more and more likely that we revisit that full play out of, or that full technical target of your head and shoulders. So there you go, Mafia. That's the sauce, baby. That's the sauce. Let me know in the chat if you guys knew what the shelves were. Did you guys know what the shelves were? Did you even know that you were supposed to look at the shelves? Let me know. Maybe you did. But I know a lot of people, when they first learn the volume profiles, a lot of times, they think that the only support and resistance comes in on the actual peak of volume, and that's just not the case, right? You're going to have support come in on those shelves as well. And, I just love the volume profiles because it's very visual, right? Like, you could just assume, like you could just kind of compare this to real life, right? Like, if price is up here and it's falling down, where are you going to find support? On top of that volume. But unfortunately, price isn't always on top of the, price is not always on top of the actual volume bars. So you can see you came up, you found resistance on that high volume node, right? And if you move your candles in front of that, you could see, right? Price came up and physically started hitting that node, right? So I think it's really important to realize that you can also look at the shelves as well as the high volume nodes. So there you go. Shout out to you guys. That's some good sauce. Shout out to Tanner A. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. Yes, I could check BNB after ETH, no problem. Hope E with the hashtag value, guys. Hit me with a hashtag value if you found that valuable. Shout out to Hawkeye, says, love the show, Frankie. I learned something new every day. Can't wait for some sauce. Crazy FOMC candles tomorrow. Let's go. Bing bong. Shout out to Hawkeye. I appreciate you for being here, bro. And I'm excited for the FOMC stream as well. We'll have to see. Maybe we could get into some degenerate trades during that volatility. I just don't want to set a bad example. Like, I always say that I don't trade on FOMC meetings or crazy news days, which is 100% true. Sometimes I will hold positions, but I very closely monitor them. I have my stop losses set. I make sure I don't get wrecked on FOMC meetings. But we have a YouTube channel. It would be very entertaining. I think if we ran a poll right now, if you guys would want me to try to degenerately get into some trades, I think most people would want to see that for the entertainment factor and the learning factor as well. There's a lot that you can learn from that. But I just don't want to, encourage people to trade on these days because it's really not a good idea, to be honest. Like, you can know, like, if I trade in tomorrow's volatility, there's a chance I'll get wrecked, right? And so, like, even if you're a great trader, you know, a lot of traders will take that day off just because of the unsuspected or unpredictable volatility. Shout out to Ramanor. Oh, God, I'm sure I butchered that, man. Ramanor, DTC. Shout out to you, said Frankie. I want to shout out too. Bing bong. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to James Manford. He says, D-Gen. Let's go, baby. Hey, Rob, the Crypto Snob said show ETH. But, guys, that's basically what I'm thinking on Bitcoin. That is what I'm expecting, to be honest. Not too much has changed since yesterday. But now you guys have the key levels to watch, and you know that you're not getting overly bearish at this low. But again, if you break down below it, again, we're looking at the key levels to clear up that murky water, right? Because I'm looking for longs at the lows of the range, but if we break down and bearishly retest, I may look for shorts. Shout out to Frankie Tanky Coin. Frankie Tanky Coin out flanky. Featuring Wick589. Shout out to Wick. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I do appreciate you. He says, so putting this into pizza terms, if you asked us all how much we'd pay for a slice of pizza, we'd likely have a lot of the same range of answers. Shout out to Wick. Yeah, actually, you know, I like to explain my TA in forms of metaphors. If you guys saw my short squeeze video, I tried to use a pizza party or a sauce party or a macaroni party as a kind of a metaphor to explain how a short squeeze works and how you could compare it to having a sauce party at Frankie Candle's house. But yeah, shout out to Wick. I love the pizza metaphors. I like that. We're gonna start doing that. I'm gonna try to make everything I explain super easy to understand through an easy to understand metaphor. So shout out to Wick. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I love you, man. Shout out to Dixon in the house, says Hex today, potentially. Yo, ready for the hot TA? Shout out to Nico. Shout out to Nico, my man. Hello, CandleMafia. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. We're going for 560 likes on today's live stream. And we're going to be giving away a whole bunch of really, really cool stuff if we can get there. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, guys. That is how I'm thinking what I'm thinking about Bitcoin. But before we piss off the candle gods too much, let's go ahead and light us a candle here. Got a little bit of, I think this is coconut mahogany, I believe. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. What kind of Frankie Candle's YouTube channel would this be if we did not light a dang candle? Let's get it. But it's really funny when I ask people, you know, when I tell people I have a YouTube channel and my name is Frankie Candles, they're always like, "Oh, you review candles? That's so interesting, man. I would have never suspected that from you." And I was like, "No, man, I don't review candles. That channel will be called Frankie the Yankee Candle. You know what I'm saying?" Shout out to New York. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Says, no pineapple on pizza, please. I will second that, my man. I will second that. Please don't put pineapple on your pizza. It's a sin. Let me know in the chat if you guys put pineapple on your pizza. Please don't disappoint me, Mafia. Please don't disappoint me. Please don't. The only place you could get pineapple on your pizza is if you get Domino's. I'll let it slide because I don't consider Domino's pizza. It's still delicious. I'm not hating on Domino's by by any means at all. I love Domino's. It's just not pizza. It's a different category, but it's still delicious. And I don't hate pineapple on my Domino's, but I would never put it on a piece of New York pizza, real pizza. Shout out to John Davis. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Flat Smack and TJ, Need for Speed. Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative in the house. Thank you for being here, Jessica. We appreciate you. But guys, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Now, one thing to realize here, guys, is that we have a very similar setup on ETH with this very bearish looking head and shoulders. But again, not getting super, super bearish right away, right? Actually, ETH does look a little bit different as I'm going to hide this head and shoulders real quick, but essentially it is almost the same exact setup here. You have, obviously, your left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder, with your neckline being that POC, right? So instead of the neckline being our value area low, like it is on Bitcoin, at least the way I have the TA drawn, that neckline is actually just going to be at that point of control, right? But still a very key level to watch because, again, you know, you don't want to go be like completely freaking out here. You don't want to really freak out until you start losing that POC, which, again, is in correlation with obviously that highest volume node, right? So once you start getting that breakdown and you cannot get back above this level, that is where you're looking for the bigger move down. And then one of those real key levels that you'll be looking at should be, you know, This value area low coming in at about $1,700, which also correlates with this shelf in volume, right? You can see that shelf right about there. Little shelf in volume, right? So that is your value area low. If we get that breakdown there, Tyler Durden with the pineapple emojis. Please put a domino emoji after that, Tyler. If you don't put that domino emoji out there on top of those pineapples, man, I don't know. I might lose it. I might lose it. Don't make me lose it, brother. Don't make me lose it. Represent, brother. Let's go. TJ Need for Speed taking Tyler's side on this. Can we at least agree it's better on Domino's, guys? Please don't put pineapple on your New York pizza. I can't even eat New York pizza anymore. I'm out of New York. I'm down in the ATL. All I have is Papa John's and Cece's. Ugh. I'm kidding. I love fast food pizza, guys. Domino's delicious. I absolutely love Domino's. But I will say, pineapple on New York pizza is a sin. But continuing on here with Ethereum or Erythrium, if you're talking to your grandmother, that is what we're looking at here. Very similar, but you just have that POC. And again, let's see if TradingView will call. I don't think TradingView sees this as a head and shoulders on ETH. Yeah, it just does not. But the technical breakdown of this head and shoulders, grabbing it from the high to the neckline and then bringing it to your breakout here. I actually already had this measured out. I didn't realize. But, it does bring you to this level, which is very, very interesting, guys, because not only... Let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Not only do you have a previous value area low from this old range back here, right? You see this old range? See this old range? I'm going to highlight it with a white box just to show you where the value area high, value area low, and POC is, right? You got your value area high to your value area low. You can see that the technical breakdown of this head and shoulders brings you right to that value area low from this previous range. And on top of that, guys, you have beautiful confluence with a nice, beautiful little spider line there as well, making that a pretty strong level that I would be watching. And then again, you do have another, that's your previous value area low / spider line. If you do wind up getting that breakdown, I would be looking at that level for a bounce, right? And that is if the head and shoulders winds up playing out, right? It may not. So when we get to that POC, you want to be careful. I will also, again, just like on Bitcoin, if we get that breakdown, let me get rid of this head and shoulders just to clean things up. If we get that head and shoulders to that right shoulder to come down and test that point of control, I will be looking for longs. I will be looking for a potential deviation from the range to potentially get a ride back up to the highs of the range, right? Coming in closer to about 1900, right? So that is what I would be looking for. It's not until we break down and cannot get above this level that I will be looking for shorts to enter up here into some shorts to ride this down to your value area low. And then potentially, obviously, let's go ahead and zoom out just a little bit and just look at our volume here. Let's go ahead and pull. There we go. And then let's just pull up our volume visible range. There we go. And yeah, you can see here, right, your key level here is essentially, let's go zoom in a little bit more. I want to go ahead and get rid of this range here. And I'm going to pull this more local range from here to here. And there you go, right? That's how you could get your head and shoulders kind of neckline to become your value area low. And you can see, not as drastic of a fall off in volume as Bitcoin, but you can see, right, there's clearly more volume here and more volume here than there is in the middle, right? Not the biggest gap in the world, right? Not the biggest gap in the world. I wouldn't expect an absolute nuke, due to the volume. Maybe we get a nuke because of the news, but that there is a little bit of a gap there, so you will likely move your way down here, but not the hugest gap. So just keep that in mind. But again, very, very key levels to watch here. Again, looking for that move down to your value area low. If we get down to that value area low, I will also be looking for longs. So again, I just want to caution everybody, you don't want to get bearish too soon. We talk about this all the time, so just be careful out there. But taking a look at our indicators, things do look pretty similar. Our 4-hour does look pretty good with our money flow crossing over into the green. The 4-hour is the bullish case here, guys. The 4-hour on Bitcoin, the 4-hour on Ethereum, and the 4-hour on a lot of this stuff is your bullish case, right? Because we have our money flow coming up, and you have to realize that we did get these bullish divergences, which we did catch a nice little scalp long on ETH over the weekend, which was nice. Shout out to the was that over the it was over the weekend. Or no, this was last week. What was this? I thought it was over the weekend. It was another trade over the weekend. It was the short on Bitcoin, not on ETH, but short on Bitcoin. But we did catch this little scalp long with this nice little 4-hour bull div. Didn't really play out as much as we would have liked, and the reason for that is, we weren't expecting it to play out very much. The reason it was a scalp was because our money flow was not really agreeing with us. We had money flow coming down as we were getting that bull div. But again, these bull divs can sometimes mark bottoms. I do feel a little bit less like this would be a bottom on ETH, just because it's we have made some equal lows here. We even made a lower low on this wick. This would probably, this is a little scammy. But yeah, we want to be careful. I'm not really as trusting on this one for Ethereum. But money flow is looking pretty good, so you want to keep that in mind. The money flow is really what you want to look at to interpret where the trend is likely going to go. So there you go, guys. Again, your real key level on Ethereum, if we get a big breakdown, is going to be about $1,550. If we get a big move to the upside, this spider line at about $2,100 is going to be serious resistance, as well as this let me make sure this is pulled to the right area. Yeah, as well as this golden pocket coming in at about $2,000 even, right? $2,000 even is obviously going to be a big level to watch. So there we go. There's Ethereum, guys, looking very similar to Bitcoin, but now you guys got the key levels. Let's go ahead and take a look at what do we got here? That was our King Alt, and look at that. Perfect timing for those altcoins, guys. If you want to see your favorite altcoin, go ahead and throw them in chat right now. I'm going to go ahead and say what's up to chat while you guys throw your altcoins in, and Rob will go ahead and count up the votes on the alts and let me know which ones we're looking at. Shout out to Tony D for pinning this comment. He says, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Better community, better TA, Frankie Candles, or CandleMafia. Let's go. Shout out to Tony. Bing bong. Hey, better setups, better TA, the CandleMafia. Bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to the CandleMafia. All right. Oh, we got the Bing Bong cannon. Is this thing loaded? Okay, yo, baby, it's loaded. It's loaded, baby. Let's go. Bing Bong. Shout out to Dave Digital and Crypto Pollo, who supplied us with the Bing Bong blaster. Let's go. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Bing Bong. Woo! Let's go. Oh, no. The Bing Bong blast, the bagel blaster is done, guys. Oh, baby. Okay, never mind. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Bagel Blaster's back, baby. We're out of ammo. I'm just kidding. We're never out of ammo, guys. We got plenty. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. All right, let's go ahead and take another look at what should we look at while we're waiting for these altcoins to pop in here? What should we look at? Let's see. I'm going to take the first thing. Hex. Boom. There we go. It's the first thing I saw. Money everywhere. Just kind of, guys, this, God. Oh, God. Did anybody see Mrs. Candle scare the ever-living whatever out of me on my birthday with that confetti cannon? Scared the good Lord out of me, guys. Literally, that was not set up. I had no idea that thing was going to explode. If you go look at that stream, it was hilarious on the 27th. She scared the life out of me with that thing. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Hex, where we do have the Hex chart saved now, so we don't look at the wrong one. Taking a look at the daily. Now, oh, baby. You got a couple yellow X's here, but good God, look at these these green dots, guys, on Hex. This is pretty wild. This could mark a bottom here. Money flow not looking the best. You are getting your green dot on the daily. VWAP flying to the upside. You can see last time we got a bunch of green dots like this, it was the bottom of and a pretty beginning of a pretty big move to the upside here. Typically when you get these double green dots, guys, for anyone who doesn't know, these double green dots print, I'm pretty sure when you cross over this -60 line. When your momentum wave comes into the oversold area, that's where you get these double green dots. It does indicate potential seller exhaustion. That's why these green dots pop up. They are not buy signals or sell signals. You could think of them like that, but you just don't want to trade them like that because you never just want to trade based off of a buy and a sell signal. It just doesn't work. But you could see, oftentimes when you get these green dots multiple times, it's because you're getting a big move to the downside. You get big move. It thinks that's the bottom. Big move. It thinks this is the bottom. big move. It thinks that's the bottom too. And, once you get multiple of those green dots, a lot of times it can indicate seller exhaustion. Even here, right, you get a boom, big move down, thinks it's the bottom, big mover down, bigger move down, thinks it's the bottom, bigger move down, thinks it's the bottom, and then bang, you come to the upside, right? So there is a good amount of green dots here. Again, you don't want to trade just solely based off of these. However, could be an indication that we might be finding a local bottom. Pulling up the BitLab indicators, yeah, getting nice green or blue waves on your significant movements on the daily. And that could potentially lead to a temporary bottom and a move to the upside. You also have a histogram bullish divergence there. And your relative extreme bars are coming out of your wave there as well, acting as a rubber band, right? We like to think of that as a rubber band being stretched out, and a lot of times it ends up being a rubber band reaction to the upside and vice versa to the downside. But kind of taking a look here, guys, something I want to point out here is a lot of times on the significant movement indicator, if you can get let's come down to a lower time frame. A lot of times when you see these little gray, let me try to find an example. Let's see. Am I not going to find an example? Yeah, when you get these gray waves, right? These little gray bars. A lot of times there's a big move after for some reason. And you could see here, right? You get that gray bar, move to the upside, right? And then obviously the red and the blue waves act as let you know if it's a top, a likely top, or a likely bottom. You can see big red wave here, likely going to be a top, especially because you get that nice little pipe top formation up there. And then you see this is way overheated, looking like a top. And then you come down a bit here. But you could see. Let's see. Here's a gray bar, right? You get the gray bar. Bang, you come to the upside. And let's see. Of course, I can't find an example. There you go. Gray bar right here. Bang, you come to the upside. Now, this is actually just something I've noticed. Gray bar off of a red wave. Bang, you come to the downside. I actually want to talk to Kelly. Kelly Kellum, if you're watching the stream right now, brother, let me know. And let me know if you know anything about these gray dots or these gray bars, because this is just something I've noticed. I would love to know what goes into calculating this or what that's actually signaling. But yeah, it's kind of interesting stuff there. But the reason I brought that up was to kind of just see if, significant movement calling for a bottom on the daily, also calling for that bottom on the 4 hour before the rip to the upside. And again, this was a perfect confirmation. Two bullish divergences on your histogram and your OBV. Relative extrema bars coming out to the downside out of your green wave. You got a bullish signal on your hidden volume as well as your blue wave indicating a bottom. This is a beautiful setup if you guys are using the BitLab indicators. Beautiful setup. You have the bullish divergences, you came out of your green wave, and you get the hidden volume bullish divergence, and you got that blue wave letting you know that that is likely a bottom. That is a beautiful confluence for a long position on the BitLab indicators. I don't know, I don't know why I'm spitting so much sauce on the BitLab indicators, but figured I'd show them some love because I was wondering if we were coming to a bottom, and that significant movement indicator is oftentimes what I check. Money flow coming to the upside on the 4 hour here as well. 3 hour money flow cruising back to the upside. 2 hour money flow crossing into the green. However, I would be careful of some short-term cool-offs due to the fact that we have those VWAPs coming down, but the money flow is looking pretty good. But again, you want to be very careful, guys, because obviously tomorrow is likely going to be very volatile, right? Now, if we get some kind of a crazy move to the upside on Hex, this is, some levels that I would be looking at. I'm going to go ahead and pull some volume here, and let's pull it from here to here, right? Going to, bearishly retesting. Oh, boy. I don't know. You got the green dot. This is actually kind of confusing to look at, honestly, because your money flows in the red on the daily, which would be a little bit more bearish. Yeah, green dot on the 2-day looking to print. Your 3-day VWAP rolling over, but money flow not looking good. I think you could come up a little bit more on Hex. I would be looking at these levels for some resistance. Immediate resistance coming in at about 0.58 cents. That's your value area low. Your point of control is coming in at 0.06 cents, and then your value area high is coming in at 0.09 cents. Now, if we pull a local golden pocket here, look at that. Beautiful confluence on your POC. I'm going to go ahead and mark this out from the 786 to that POC all the way through the golden pocket, that would be a nice little rejection zone if we do wind up getting a move up into those levels. And then obviously if you pop over that 786, it would be more likely that you're going to flip that POC to support and get a move up to your value area high. But if price starts coming up here, right, if price gets above that value area low and moves up into that POC / local golden pocket, and you get bearish confirmations, maybe you get a little bit of a bearish divergence, I would expect a move back to the bottom of the range and potentially lower, being that retracement level would just be coming up to make a lower high to continue the downtrend, right? Just like what we were talking about in the beginning of the stream. We still got 718 people in the stream right now, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button if you have not already. And if you want a free Frankie Candles hat, if you get 550 likes, we will go ahead and add one of those hats to the giveaway, as well as spinning the wheel 15 times. Let's go. Let me just have some Aztecian Cactus Moss Water, guys, and we will move on to our next altcoin. Super interesting. Shout out to Dixon. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I will never forget, Dixon. You came into the chat one day, and I didn't realize that what his name said, right? His name is read his name out loud, and you'll know what I'm saying. And I was like, oh, God, we're getting trolled. This guy's in chat. He's, whatever. He's trying to troll me. But he's not a troll. He's like the man. He's been here, since he ever came in. And he's been here. He's just got a hilarious name. And it was also, that stream was absolutely hilarious because Mrs. Candles was watching the stream and literally had to come storming into the room with a sign that said, stop saying that guy's name. And then she wrote out what the name sounded like in actual spelling. And I was like, oh, okay. But shout out to Dixon. He's turned into an absolute, super OG. He hasn't been here since the beginning, but ever since he's been here, he's been a loyal member of the CandleMafia. And we love you, bro. Shout out to you, man. You won me over, Frankie. Let's go. Shout out to Dixon. Not the first person we've done that to. Shout out to Dixon. We love you, man. For real. Super cool. And super funny. I was dying that day. She came in and I was like, no way. And I was saying his name over and over and over for some reason. I was just repeating his name more than I've ever said anyone's name in my life. And I was dying. No, Frankie, Mrs. Candles was trying to give you a sign. Someone call the cops on Dave. Dave, we haven't called the cops on you in a couple days. Tony D, go ahead and phone the authorities. Send them after Dave. Oh, God. Dave, you're funny, bro. I think we have the funniest crypto community in the world. I swear to God. All right, cue cards. Yep, let's go. Shout out to Slugger Slug. Yeah, Dave, you are killer, man. You are killer. Mafia loyalist and treated well. Let's go. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. I'm in my cage. Okay, fine. All right, Tony, call off the police. As long as he went in his cage, it's okay. As you guys know, Ben and TJ just recently let me out of my cage, but I still have to sleep in the cage. I'm not allowed out at night, but that's fine. I'll take it. But guys, let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin, and that altcoin is going to be Matic. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Take a sip of that Aztecian. Bing bong. Let's go. All right, here we go. Taking a look at Matic. All right, let's take a look here. And then, guys, we're going to skip right to Pepe. And then we'll go over everything else as well. But I do want to take a look at Pepe, guys, because, I used to be an airline pilot. My handle was something. Almost walked into it again. That one's not that bad. Used to be an airline pilot. My handle was something Wong. Co-pilot. We too low. Shout out to you, bro. That's a good one. I like that. Vacation time. Let's go. Something wrong. We too low. You're funny, bro. You're funny. Let's get it. Yeah. Shout out to planes. My flight back from New York, guys, was probably one of the roughest flights I've ever been on. I don't typically kiss the ground when I get off a plane, but I did that time. Anyway, continuing on, taking a look at Matic. I'm actually going to go ahead and start a new chart here and, just do some fresh TA. Now, clearly, guys, we have some lows. And we have some highs, right? We have some lows. We have some highs, right? We got rejections here, rejections here, rejections here, rejection, support. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a range on that, guys. See what the volume profile says. Okay. So now we know that below here, these are actually the oversold levels, right? And this is why I always say, not to get overly bearish at the lows of a range, right? Because typically, when you come down to the lows of the range, you will deviate, and a lot of times you get that bounce back up to the highs, right? And then same thing on the way up. When you deviate, a lot of times you will get sucked back into that area of balance, more likely towards the POC and eventually the value area low. And we see this happen time and time again, guys. We see it happen time and time again, and it's a beautiful thing, right? And this is how we're able to catch these fire trades from the lows and the highs. And I'll actually go ahead and I'm going to pull another range just on more of this local area. And there we go, right? I would actually, I would rather look at this kind of local range here. Yeah, you can look at either one. But you could have ranges within ranges, right? It all depends on your context or perspective. What time frame are you looking at, right? But right here, these are kind of the levels I would look at, right? We deviated, came back into the value area, stuck to the POC because it acts as a magnet, and then we came up and rejected back down. Now we are deviated out of our range. We are about to put in no real bullish divergence there on your 12-hour. But let's come down to some of these lower time frames. You are printing no divergence. Like, you just missed the divergence, barely. But you are getting a green dot here on your 8-hour time frame, and your 30-minute money flow has crossed over into the green. This may be the area where we start getting a move up, potentially by just looking at those time frames. But let's continue on and see if there's anything else we can see. Green dot confirmed on your... Yeah, may have hit a low there. May have hit a low there with our money flow. Take a look at the 5-hour money flow coming up. 4-hour money flow working its way back up. 2-hour looking for a crossover. 1 hour looking for the crossover as well. 90-minute back in the green. Oh, God. Okay. So, listen. You're deviating out of your range, potentially expecting a move back up. However, be careful with that daily yellow X. That daily yellow X... I don't typically like to long into yellow X's because a lot of times they will overpower you. Not 100% of the time, but very often they will, right? And actually, it happened the other day where we were getting yellow X's on Bitcoin, and it was actually, I was like, we were talking to the premium Discord in the premium live stream, and I was like, hey, guys, looking like you could take a long here. We are at a very interesting level, but I will not be taking this trade because of the yellow X's. And then as soon as I wound up signing off, that level broke because of the yellow X's, and I was happy I did not take that scalp because I would have gotten stopped out, right? So it's all about, sometimes you could see a bullish setup, but you may not wind up getting it to play out because of certain circumstances, right? But looking here, we actually do have a little bit of a bullish divergence on the daily as well, if you could get that green dot. If we print a green dot on the daily, this would be actually pretty interesting because your bodies are giving you a bullish divergence with your lower lows on price and your higher lows on your momentum waves. If you could print that green dot on the daily, that would greatly increase your chances of getting back above that value area low and potentially working your way into your point of control, coming in at about $1.11. And then once you get above that, it opens the door to attack potentially that value area high coming in at $1.28. So yeah, I would watch that bull div on Matic. Not printing yet. You want to get that green dot to print and confirm, but if you could pull that VWAP flip right here where you get that red dot and then an immediate green dot right after, that would give you that bull div and could potentially push you up into this range. But again, guys, any of these setups that I'm talking about, or not really setups, but any of this TA I'm talking about right now, you want to remember that tomorrow, it is likely going to get violent, right? So I would not be trading any of this stuff like I typically would, knowing that we have that crazy news coming out tomorrow. Not crazy news, but we have that important news coming out tomorrow. Shout out to Diamond Sauce, says, I should have known Pepe was going to explode. Lesson learned. Hey, Diamond Sauce, I missed that one as well. It doesn't look like... I'm getting any diamonds then. I lost the sauce. Shout out to Diamond Sauce. Thank you for being here, bro. Let's go ahead and let's see. Dave Digital says, Jessica, if she doesn't go to Miami, you will definitely know where she is. Don't know exactly what you mean, and I'm not going to read up in chat because I don't think I want to know. Shout out to Dave Digital. But let's continue on here, guys. You want to remember, or note, rather, that you have this range down here, right? So remember, we always talk about price hunting out value areas. And I'm going to mark them out with these boxes, right? You have one value area right here between about 94 cents and about 78 cents. And now your current value area that you're trading in is up here between $1.01 and about $1.28. And as you know, right now we're kind of in the middle of these ranges, right? So this is kind of the lines in the sand. If we break below this previous value area high, I would expect a move pretty much to the value area low, right? Now, one thing to realize here is your POC is at the higher end of this value area, which would give you a little bit of added support. If you do dip down into this value area, you may get a nice little bounce off of that. But basically, you're indecision. You're basically trying to pick a direction here. If you get accepted back into this value area, you are likely to get another move to the downside. And if you could get above, back accepted into this upper value area, you are expecting price to go to the POC, potentially stopping off at $1.19, and then eventually making it up to $1.28. If you get accepted back into this one, you're expecting, your POC is about 92 cents, very close to your value area high. But if you break below that, you may be on your way to about 78 cents. Turning on our VPVR, just trying to see if we have any crazy gaps in volume here. And you can see, yeah, we fell pretty quickly through this little gap down to our current level right here. But, nothing really too interesting there. Pretty heavy support here. Big old shelf of volume right here. So yeah, I think you may be able to get a pop back up into our higher value area if I had to pick, just a random gamble here. If we get that green dot on the daily, I think this situation is way more likely to play out, especially with your money flow starting to creep up on these lower hourly time frames. All right, let's go. Oh God, I don't even know what you guys are laughing at. Let's see. Anyone else looking at the ascending triangle on the XRP 1 hour? We will be checking out XRP. I will take a look at it. I'm going to go ahead and add it to the list manually in my head. But real quick, guys, I do want to take a look at Pepe. Sorry. Just automatically go to PP. Anyway, taking a look here, guys. We were looking at this range. Blood diamond on your 15-minute. But looking at our range here, you guys will know yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in bar replay, right? You guys will know that yesterday we were looking at Pepe approaching this golden pocket, right? Why were we looking at this golden pocket for a potential rejection? Well, because it's our local fib retracement, right? It's our local golden pocket retracement. And we knew, right? We know when you come up into those golden pockets, if you could get bearish confirmations, a lot of times you will get a little bit of a rejection there. Dang, I really wish I remember exactly what we saw that made us think that it was going to reject. Maybe somebody can go back in that live stream and clip it. But yeah, I forget what it even was, but we were looking for a potential short position there as we were testing that golden pocket. And, we were saying, I was like, guys, don't take this trade. This is not a trade signal. Okay, this is not a trade signal. Do not, do your own research. Do not copy trade. But we wound up actually hitting that one. As you guys know, we were actually looking if we were going to reject. Kind of what we were expecting here was to get a local rejection of that golden pocket. Whoops. We were expecting to get a local golden pocket rejection here. And then kind of the logic behind this trade idea was that you would get a golden pocket rejection, right? And then obviously you would get a work all the way down to your POC, right? And then hopefully if you could break that POC, we were looking for a move down to the value area low. And what happened, right? What happened? We actually wound up getting a beautiful rejection. And this actually wound up playing out really, really, really well as we kind of play it out here. And again, not only was it a golden pocket retracement, you could see we also came down to tap that, or came up to tap that, value area high. And I want to say it was like a 3-minute bear div that we saw. I think that's what we were looking at. Somebody correct me if you remember. I just look at so much stuff. I don't remember exactly what setups or what. But yeah, I think it was like one of these lower time frames, looking for a degenerate scalp. But then I couldn't find, or was it a 12-minute bear div? I don't remember what it was. We could pull up that clip, though. But we were looking at that, hoping for a move down to the value area low. But what happened was we got a move. It wound up hitting for 15%, which is absolutely insane. And I was actually going to take this trade live, but I couldn't find out where to short Pepe. Now I know that you could short it on MEXC, but I don't have a MEXC account. So I couldn't short it at the time, and even if I made an account, it wouldn't have been fast enough. But it wound up hitting for 15%. Never got the move to the value area low, but guys, that's the importance of having multiple take profits. 15% move on leverage is absolutely massive. So, beautiful, beautiful first take profit there for 15%. That could have been just the full play out of the trade for a 15% move. Absolutely beautiful. You just never know what kind of freebies you're going to wind up getting on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. As you guys should never copy me, though. I do want to press that from, never financial advice, never a trade signal. But, what you could have done here was seen this setup, gone to the chart, done your own TA, and maybe you would have agreed or disagreed. And if you agreed, maybe then you would have taken the trade and it would have hit for 15%. But understand that this is not a trade signal, not financial advice. Bing bong. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. I just kind of wanted to cover that because we did this live, right? And it just goes to show, there's always opportunities somewhere, right? So never feel bad if you miss out on an opportunity because, a lot of times you can just hunt through these charts and we can find setups. But again, shout out to Coors Lightyear. Shout out to Bud Lightyear. Shout out to you, man. Says, I love that dang frog. Me too, bro. Me too. Wojak. Wojak coin picking up volume. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Let's see. Paul Wood said, you missed Pepe. Okay. Everyone, you missed Pepe. I missed Pepe. I wish I didn't miss Pepe. Usually, listen, we work in crypto, right? I go to the office every single day. I'm surrounded by people. We all talk crypto all day long, and it's very rare that you miss something like this, and I don't know what I was doing, but when everyone was talking about Pepe, which I know is almost a guaranteed fact that the office was buzzing, I was not there, apparently. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Yeah, you want to say, let's talk about where Pepe can go now. If you guys saw my morning market update, I did, Crypto Infinity said, what about Pepizza? Pepizza is amazing. But let's see, don't rub it in. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll try to see if we can, figure out where PP is going here. Because, again, I do want to just, caution you guys with these meme coins. Now, I don't know too much about Pepe. I don't know, if they claim to have a project behind this or it's just a meme. But just be aware that, these things are very, very risky a lot of the time. But another kind of disclaimer here is a lot of times these coins do not respect the TA. So just keep that in mind if you're invested in Pepe. I will do the TA, but understand that this TA can get absolutely stepped on, because obviously this stuff pumps based off hype and community, and it's very hard to do TA when you have these things in play, right? You could have a massive bear signal, and then someone hypes it up on there. You have like a big influencer hype it up, or just a big player winds up getting it, and it absolutely rips. So just be careful. But I will try to do my best to try to decode what is going on here. Again, you can't really go much higher than the 4 hour, not even. You can't really go much higher than the 1 or the 2 hour to get any kind of price history here. But yeah, I could give you the levels. I'd feel a little more comfortable giving you guys the levels. But taking a look at the 1 hour, VWAP is coming back up, but something to understand here is money flow is coming out, right? That would be indicating that money is leaving the asset, right? So you can't ignore that. VWAP is coming up, but that could just be for a lower high and a continuation to the downside. Taking a look at your 30-minute, same thing, VWAP coming up, but your money flow is coming down. 30-minute money flow, that was the 45-minute. 30-minute money flow is coming down. You're printing a green dot on your 30-minute. No information on your 8 hour, unfortunately. 30-minute green dot giving you a little push up here. I would watch this golden pocket. Let me just pull this again, and I'm going to pull it from the high to the low. This is the golden pocket I would look at, right? Boom. Going to go ahead and draw this as a range. Boom, boom. Right, so I would look for a potential lower high at this white box if we do get a continued push up, right? Because if we reclaim this point of control of this local range, that is where you're expecting a push up to your value area high once again, right? Because again, you're just playing the volume profile. Once you're above that POC, you're expecting a move to your value area high. When you come to your value area high, you expect to move to the POC and then eventually the value area low. So as of right now, if you can hold support on that POC at about, I'm just mark it out right here. I'm not going to say what that price is because I'm likely going to miss out on a zero. But there you go. 0.011. I'm just going to abbreviate the zeros to 10. 0.011. So there you go. If you hold that level, could get a move up to your value area high. But money flow coming out, even though you have that green dot, if that money flow crosses over into the red, it will be likely to come back down to the bottom of your range. Take a look at your 15-minute money flow in the red, coming back up. Yeah, it's real hard to do TA on this, guys. Not a lot of price history, but with money flow coming out on your 1 hour like this, I would expect maybe some bing-bonging around, but eventually, could cool off a bit more here. But again, I have no macro context into what this thing is doing because I can't see the higher time frame. So there are some levels. If you guys want to go ahead and screenshot those levels, those are the levels I would watch. I would have to lean a little bit more bearish in the medium term. Short-term pump, not impossible. I would lean a little bit more bearish in the medium term, though, just because money flow is coming out, right? That's what's showing on the charts. Again, though, be very careful. The TA can get absolutely stepped on, so just be careful. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob, says, hard to do TA on Pepe. You chose it yourself. Yes, well, I chose it because I wanted to show these scalps, right? Like, you could do TA on these lower time frames, right? You did get a little bit of a bull div here on your 15-minute. You would expect a little bit of a move up, potentially up into this white box. This is not the same thing as yesterday, guys. This is not a trade setup. I'm just going to go ahead and not a trade setup. I swear, I'm not being sarcastic either. Sometimes I say it, and I'm like, guys, definitely don't look at this. Definitely don't go to the charts and look at this. This is definitely not true. But this is seriously, I'm not being sarcastic because I'm never sarcastic. But seriously, let's see. But yeah, on the lower time frames, you could do the TA. It's just hard to kind of figure out where it's going in the longer term. But money flow coming on the 15-minute, that's a little more bearish. You did get the bear div, not looking that good on the 12-minute. 15 minutes not even looking that great either. But yeah, you can definitely do TA on these lower time frames because you got plenty of information here. But once you start moving like to the 3 hour, like that's even kind of hard to look at. You look at the 5 hour, very hard. Like the money flow hasn't even begun. So just very, very risky to do longer term TA on. But if you're playing that short term range, I would just be playing these levels as a volume profile. But there you go. Frankie, don't be afraid to draw that bull pennant. Fine. It is a little bit of a wonk. I see what you're looking at. Yeah, all right. I'll do it. I'll be honest here. I don't know. I mean, it would be more of an ascending triangle for me. You got your higher lows, right? Higher lows into a flat level of resistance. These do typically break up more than they break down, right? But it is a little wonky look. It is a little weird looking. Doesn't mean you can't break out. But it could look ascending triangle-y, if you will. And that would be a bullish pattern, right? And it doesn't even mean that it's going to break out right now. That money flow is coming out, right? So locally, you could get a little bounce back up to the highs and then get another move back down to here. And you might, kind of bing bong around in here before you break out. Or you might break out right now. Like I said, it is a meme coin and anything can happen. So just please be careful with Pepe. But these are some of the local levels that I would be looking at. All right, let's go ahead and move on a little bit here. Shout out to Crypto and Yogurt, says Frankie giving us a dose of spicy sauce. Shout out to Crypto and Yogurt. Gonna need some yogurt to cool off that spice, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Dixon, says thank you. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Dixon. Yogurt in the house. Let's get it. Still holding my Pepe for sure. Yeah, Cody Codes. Don't want to come off. Shout out to Dixon. Said, love you for keeping it 100, Frankie. I will never come on here, guys. Even if I had a massive bag of crypto. Jeez. Even if I had a massive bag of Pepe, guys, I would not just come on here and tell you it's going to the moon to pump my bag. Mark my words right here. I will never pointlessly shill my bag to pump my bag. And to be 100% honest, I do like to think that we're one of the best, one of the best YouTube channels in the world, which we are. But 1,000 people, if we got 1,000 people in my live stream and 1,000 people bought, likely it wouldn't be enough to pump my bag. It's like, it's funny when I see people like, a lot of people like will say, I see people like leave comments on influencers like videos and stuff, and they're like, this guy's just trying to pump his Ethereum bag. It's like, dude, this guy's following couldn't pump Ethereum if you wanted it to, right? Like, but I will, you guys will, mark my words right here, I will never just shamelessly shill my bag to try to pump my stuff, ever. If I think it's going down, I'm going to tell you it's going down. It doesn't mean I'll always be 100% right, but I will never just tell you it's going up. I will only tell you what I see on the charts, and you guys will know because you'll see what's on the charts as well. If there's a massive bear pennant and a massive bearish divergence and money flows coming out, and I'm saying, guys, it's going to the moon, if you watch the channel, you'll be like, I don't think he's telling the truth. This looks pretty bearish to me. So this is an agnostic channel, guys, an absolutely unbiased channel. It's a trader's channel. So I am never, ever, 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 ever going to shill any bag for the benefit of myself, even if I think it's going down. I'm only going to tell you what I see on the charts. So shout out to the CandleMafia. I just like that. It's not a long-term play. I love what I do. I want to do this for the rest of my life. I would not just try to get a quick bag and then just, ruin my whole career. I would never do that. My whole purpose of doing this channel and running this YouTube channel is to help people learn how to do technical analysis and learn how to be profitable traders. I know it's like you hear an influencer say this and you're probably like, yeah, sure. But from like the dark pits of my soul, it is so much more important to me to help people. That is so much more impactful on my life. I feel much better when someone messages me and says, hey man, someone just said it today. I've learned so much from you. You guys have no idea how far that goes with me. I would rather get comments like that than make money 100x, right? That is 100x more impactful to me than money will ever be. And I love money. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love money. Oh, no. The camera overheated. Mrs. Candles. Come on, Mrs. Candles. I'll have to fix that in a second, guys. But just understand, guys, I am here for you guys. I am not here to just make a quick bag and run away. I love what I do genuinely. I love hanging out with you guys. I feel like I know you guys personally. And I will always give you guys my honest opinion and would never, ever, ever lie. So just understand that. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Camera overheated. Let me go ahead and check on that, guys. Okay. Well, guys, it's just 1,000 degrees in the studio right now. I don't know if the heat's on or what. This room gets mega, mega hot for some reason. But we're gonna go ahead and continue on as I air out this, the studio, and then I will turn that camera back on as soon as it gets nice and cool. But let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin, which is going to be XRP. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into the Bitstamp chart, taking a look at the 90-minute. I don't know why I chose the 90-minute. Let's actually take a look at the daily. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and, because the camera's off, I'll just go ahead and hide that box so you guys can get a full view. And let's go ahead and see what we got. All right. Let's see. Let me pull up. Actually, let's see. Let's pull up our actual XRP chart. There we go. And let's see. Actually, hang on, guys. Bear with me. I think we might have deleted our original XRP chart. I think we did. All right, we'll use this one, no problemo. All right, let's see. Should we start fresh? Let's see. Let's move in to the lower time frames. Yeah, just kind of bing-bonging around here. Had a nice little bull div here on the 1 hour. Didn't give us much sauce. Did come up a bit, right? As bull divs typically do. But I mean, hey man, look at this. You got a bull div at the value area low. You would expect that to at least come up to the POC. It just did not give you much. But I mean, if you were in this trade, you are still in profit here. You did put in another bullish divergence. Yeah, technically you put in another bull div here. And this may actually, money flow coming up. I think this could play out still. This could play out. I don't even know. I guess we posted this or looked at this on May 1st. But it never played out. But it does look like it could potentially with your money flow coming up now on the 1 hour. Checking on the 12 and 16 hour green dots, looking to print very soon. If we can get that 1 hour money flow crossover with the 12 and the 16 hour green dots, I would expect that to give us a bigger move to the upside and potentially play that little scalp long, out in full to get you a move all the way back up to your value area high at about 47 cents. But I'm gonna go ahead and just hide this trade real quick, and I just want to kind of go ahead and take a deeper look here. Right now, as you guys know, we had this nice little range up here when we wicked all the way up to almost 60 cents, and then we were playing around in that value area, came up to the highs, rejected the highs, and what happened? Right? What happened? We came and hunted out this next little value area right here, lost that area of balance, and then boom, came right back into this range, and that is where we're sitting at right now. And I will say this. If we wind up, let's pull up our VPVR. Let's see, VRVP. Yeah, I would say, right here would be your key level, in my opinion. Yeah, about 44 cents would be that key level. Pretty big fall off in volume. Down to about, your next major level of resistance would come in at about 43 cents. So I would watch that. But yeah, if you lose this local level on the 1 hour, let me get rid of these brushes. Boom, bada bing. But yeah, if we wind up losing this range and that 786, I'd look for a move down here to about 43 cents because you do have a decent fall off in volume. But again, with your money flow coming up on the 1 hour, taking a look at your 3 hour green dot. 3 hour green dot confirmed, or is that printing? Yeah, confirmed money flow crossover into the green. Money flow on your 4 hours still looking like it wants to come to the upside, kind of playing around, but you got your higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and you're just generally cruising in the right direction, looking for a crossover into the green here somewhat soon. But kind of hard to see what's let's see, look at your 8 hour looking for the green dot. Money flow on the lower time frames doesn't look that great. But yeah, that is kind of the key levels I would look at. Honestly, XRP is a little bit hard to read right now, but this is basically your key level. If you lose, I would actually say the 786. Once you lose that 786 at 45 cents, I'd look for a bigger move down to lose your 786 at about 45 cents. I'd look for a bigger move down to about 43 cents. But other than that, daily red dot printing, kind of hard to read here, to be 100% honest with you guys. Shout out to Thesis himself, says I'm strictly a formations trader and rarely to never use value areas, and yes, I'm profitable. Don't let value area maxis like Frankie make you feel dirty. If you don't use value areas or volume profiles, you're a filthy human being. Shout out to Thesis himself. I am just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Listen, like I always say, trading patterns is just not, I don't typically trade patterns that heavily, but it's definitely something I take a look at. And even if I hated patterns, even if I said never trade patterns, there's plenty of people out there that successfully trade patterns. Shout out to Thesis himself. Thesis is one of those people. And, you could look at other, influencers, very profitable traders that look at patterns. And I do look at them, but I just don't trade solely based off of them. But I will say this, if you don't use the volume profile, you're a dirty, dirty man. Shout out to Thesis himself. Thank you for being here, bro, and thank you so much for that super chat, bro. Thesis is funny, man. Shout out to you. You just get such good vibes from Thesis, man. Shout out to you, bro. And Crypto Pollo says, Thesis, what's up, bro? Let's get it. M Foldy says, boo to that guy. Shout out to Thesis, bro. Shout out to you, man. Absolute OG. But yeah, let's see. Whichever way you trade, as long as you're making profits, 100%. That is the answer to that question. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that. Even if someone's out there saying that patterns don't work, that is where you say, hey, I'm profitable, right? So if you're profitable, just keep doing what you're doing. I don't care if you trade based off the moon cycles, which is something that I don't believe in, right? But people are profitable doing that. So who am I to tell you not to do it? If you're making money, Tell everyone else to mind their own business. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go. Crypto Main says VPVR slays. Let's go. Shout out to you, man. All right, let's continue on. Yeah, patterns plus volume levels plus market cipher plus Coinalyze is a perfect recipe for the best sauce possible if you can handle them all. Chemistry, bro, absolutely. That's like basically how I am. I look at everything, right? I'm looking at the value areas. I'm looking at the volume. I'm looking at Coinalyze. I'm looking at exo charts, right? And then I'm also looking at patterns, right? I'm looking at support, resistance. I look at everything, right? Because as long as you're not overwhelming yourself with information, you could... you will. Jeez, nothing gets by Rob, man. I pinned that comment and Rob replaced the altcoins in the chat. You were an absolute savage, man. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Let's go. All right, let's take a look at ARB really, really quickly here, guys. I'm gonna fly through these because we are running out of time. Let's go ahead and take a look here. I wonder if that camera is done being a diva. Ever since I had this YouTube channel, this camera I've had for a long time. Ever since I had the YouTube channel, all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to work this long. Ugh, I'm a union worker. I want a break. Where's my 15-minute coffee break? Shout out to Sony. I'm just kidding. Let's go. Donato Cabrera said Frankie's on fire. He melted the camera. Let's go. All right, taking a look at Arbitrum, guys. Nice bounce off your 786, getting a move back into your value area. Shout out to Thesis. He says, so much love for the Mafia, so many styles, and it doesn't matter as long as you're chasing profits. P.S. I dare you to look at moon cycles with Kava. It blew my mind. Dude, Thesis, it's like I don't want to believe the moon cycles so much. Every time I see someone make a prediction off a moon cycle, it winds up happening. So it's like, I don't want to admit it. I don't know why it works. Someone explained to me a theory on why they think it works, and it made a lot of sense. But if you guys backtest the moon cycles, they're pretty accurate. It's kind of wild. But yeah, and that's what I mean. If you're trading those moon cycles, you're making money. Maybe start looking at the stars too. I don't know. Shout out to Thesis. We love you, bro. We love you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here at Arbitrum. All right, so get a nice bounce off that 786. Getting accepted potentially back into this value area. Let me extend that to the right. Yeah, back into the value area. Getting a move up towards that POC, coming in at about $1.38. I think you could potentially get there. 4-hour VWAP starting to roll back over. Short-term cool-off may be likely. Let's see that 4-hour. Oof. Slightest little bullish divergence there on your 4-hour. Taking a look at the 2-hour. Money flow kind of coming up. 45-minute money flow crossover into the green. Not looking too bad. Green dot on your 8-hour confirmed. Dang, ARB is a little weird looking right now. Yeah, 45-minute money flow crossover. I think your next 12 and 16-hour green dot will likely give you a little bit more insight into what is happening. If you can get that green dot on your 12-hour and your 16-hour, that might be your bullish case. Because right now, you're accepted back into this value area. Obviously, you did get a move up, bounce out support, and now you're starting to wiggle your way back up towards that POC at about $1.38. That would be your next major level of resistance that I would be looking at for a potential rejection. And then obviously, if you can flip that level, that is where you'd be expecting a potential move up to your value area high. But I would look for a potential rejection at that local golden pocket slash... Let me get rid of this golden pocket. Local golden pocket slash point of control. Shout out to Ian. Ian says, Frankie Candelioni, you are the best of the best, my man. Never seen anyone being so dedicated to teaching people without being selfish. Thanks a ton. LFG, let's see. Well, shout out to Ian. Yeah, man. Dude, I really am not a I am here for the people. It's not, I'm here for the long term. Like, I like waking up every day and being able to trade and teach other people how to make money trading. I genuinely enjoy it. So, like, I would never risk, I would never risk losing that for anything, ever. Even money, like even $1 bazillion. Someone offered me $100 million. I would take $100 million, but not if it was at the cost of my community. You guys show up every single day for me. And I will never, ever take that for granted. And I definitely won't take advantage of you guys because that would be that would be sick. And yeah, it's just not my thing. I would never do that. It's crazy. It's insane. I absolutely love what I do. I would never mess that up, ever. So shout out to you, man. I appreciate you, Ian. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. I appreciate you, man. Let's see. Let's go. Thank you for that super chat. But that's what I'd be looking for on ARB, guys. Potential continued move up to that POC/local golden pocket. Yeah, that's what I would look for. Potential, if you could flip that POC, I'd look for a potential push into the 786. If you don't reject there, likely you're coming to that value area high at about $1.43 on Arbitrum. All right, let's see. All right, let's take a quick look at ICP. ICP still, yeah, just massive accumulation down here. Massive accumulation. Shout out to Jessica, said, are you doing a meetup in Miami? Bitcoin Conference Miami 2023. Shout out to Jessica. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. We will be there. I will be there with I'll be there with the Bit Squad, obviously. I'll be there with Tony D. And yeah, we will be hanging out. I believe Crypto Anon will be there. We're going to be hanging out. It's going to be super cool. Shout out to Cotton Asher. Says, I love what Frankie does. I love his voice. Well, hey, I love you too, Bill. I love you too. I love your voice. I'm imagining it in my head. Very soft whisper. Oh, God, I feel it like on the back of my neck. Shout out to Cotton Asher. I'm just kidding, bro. Shout out to you, man. I love you back. But yeah, Jessica, we will be in Miami. I don't know if we have a planned meetup. They will be doing the escape room. Ben will be doing the escape room. We'll be there hanging out with them, doing that as well. I don't know if there's an official meetup, but Jessica, if you're at that conference, if you're at Bitcoin Miami, anyone who's out there, if you are at Bitcoin Miami, please come up and say hi to us. It's literally our favorite part of the job is hanging out with the community. Super cool to get to meet everybody. Put a face to those YouTube icons. It's the coolest thing ever. So please, if you see us there, come say hi. Oh, nice. Jessica, you will be there. Let's go. Jessica, hit me up on Discord. If you were there, yeah, hit us up on Discord. We'll try to meet up. And yeah, I mean, we'll be super, super busy, like running around all over the place, but we will definitely be able to hang out for a little bit. We'll be able to meet up. And like we walk through the conference all the whole time. And, you know, we sit there or we stand around in the conference area. And usually people swarm Ben. And I like stand in the background. And I'm like, hey, me too, right? You guys know me? You not know me? And everyone's like, shut up, Frank. We want to talk to Ben. And I'm like, hey, guys, what's up? Look, me too. And that's what happened last year. But it was a very new channel. Hopefully more people recognize us this year, or me this year. Everybody recognizes Ben. So when you get there, Jessica, just look for the mob of people. It's probably where Ben is, and I'll probably be there in the background jumping like, hey, look, me too. So shout out to Jessica. I'm really looking forward to meeting you. So yeah, let us know where you're at. All right, let's continue on here with ICP, looking at the daily. Money flow crossover back into the green on your daily. Not looking too bad. 16-hour VWAP rolling to the upside. Take a look at the 4-hour. 5-hour green dot printing. 2-hour green dot, or 2-hour VWAP. Look at that VWAP. Look at that thing. Bing. Ooh. Interesting VWAP there as you kind of just bing bong around there. Not the best look, to be honest with you. This is some weird looking price action, guys. Let's see. Money flow starting to come back up on your 45-minute, 30-minute looking for the crossover, 24-minute looking for the crossover as well. If I were looking at ICP, I'd be looking for that green dot. I would be looking for that green dot on the 8-hour. And then I would come down to that 30-minute and 24-minute, looking for those money flow crossovers into the green. Once that money flow crosses over into the green, that is likely where you are going to get that move up, right? We'll put it out here. Price goes up after this. So if you get that green dot on the 8-hour with that money flow crossover on your 30 and 24-minute at the same time, that could be the start of a move to the upside. Now, let's go ahead and pull some volume on this local range. A little bing bong. There you go, right at the top of your range here. So I would be careful of some local rejections as that red dot is about to print more in the short term. I would look for a potential cool off. But really, you're looking to get above that value area high. And if we pull up our visible range volume profile here, you can see, yeah, decent little volume gap here. If you can break these previous highs that you just made back here in May, well, today. If you can, get past these highs, you may be able to break up to this level here at about 589. Shout out to XRP. And then, I would look for a little move up from here, a little bing, a little bong. And then if you can get above these levels, you may even be able to get up to this next high volume node, which is coming in at about $6.03. And then again, look at this. What do we have here? Look at that shelf right there, guys. That is a shelf. See that shelf? That is also going to be a level to watch. Not just the high volume node, but also the shelf, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put a level. Whoops. Whoa. I'm going to go ahead and put a level there on that shelf of volume right about there, right? So those are the levels I would be looking for on ICP. And then let's see, if we pull this macro range right here, value area low, perfect confluence as I would have expected. This is going to be a very key level. $6.03 is going to be a very key level because if you can get back above here, you could get accepted back into this area of balance, in which case you may be able to get a move all the way up to about your next major level of resistance will come in at about $6.20. But you are, once you get accepted back above that value area low, you will eventually look for a move up to your POC at 650 and then your value area high at about 676. So that would be the bullish case for ICP if you could get accepted above that level at about $6.02. Calf meetup, I like that. Shout out to Crypto 420. Maybe we'll have to do it. But guys, let me go ahead and see if I can get this camera back on real quick. Will it blend? Will it work, guys? Will it work? Oh, there we are, baby. Hey, look, I'm alive, guys. I'm back. I'm in action. His Cavs will have their own YouTube channel for Bitcoin Miami. Yeah, let's go. Shout out to John Davis. We're working on it. On Hit Network building 2023. Frank Network on the building 2025. Let's go. Shout out to Brad Guidell. Hey, guys. Tony D told me the other day that only 33% of people who watch the show, or I think it was 33% of you guys, are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're a lurker, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm a lurker too, but it helps the channel out so much. If you're not going to hit the subscribe button, at least hit the like button. We're already at 400 and something likes. If we get 550, guys, we will be adding to the giveaway. And with that being said, guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. How long have we been going for? Yeah, we are running a little bit late here. Let's go ahead and pull up that wheel of pain and pleasure and see if we can get some giveaways. And let's see if we can run this thing up to 550 likes. We need less than 100 more likes. Frankie, don't forget to wet your whistle. Take a sip. Hey, Dixon. I almost said your full name again. I don't know why. Hey, Dixon, shout out to you, bro. I will go ahead and do that. I'll take advantage of that time to take a little sip of the Aztecian cactus moss water. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. All right, let's pull up this wheel of pain and pleasure and take a look. Here we go. Bada boom. Okay, so here we go. Who said that? Crypto420 said, geez, guys, stop being creeps and subscribe. Let's go. My mom says I'm a good lurking guy. Hey, James, my mom says that too. Shout out to my mom. The creator of the sauce, guys. My mom is the original creator of the sauce. 474 likes. Let's do it. We got 4 spins. Let's run it up to 550 and turn it into, are you going to Bitcoin Miami? Here we go. 72% say no. 7% say yes. 8% say undecided. And 13% said, what the heck is a Bitcoin? I'm going to go ahead and vote for that one. I can't vote on my own thing. What a scam. There we go. Give them a giveaway, baby. Let's get it. Let's go. Nice to see your cute face again, Frankie. Shout out to Cotton Asher. Hopefully I am saying that right. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Let me know, Cotton Asher. Let me know if I'm saying that right. Thank you for smashing that like button. Let's go. 550, and Frankie shaves his calves live. Okay. Fine. 550 likes. I'll shave my calves live. Not tonight, but I'll do it. So I'm going to go ahead and spin these wheels really quick. Okay. All right. Don't hit the like button, please, for the love of God. Hey, unlike, please. Unlike. It's pretty lofty goal, I'll be honest with you. Let's see. 3. Oh, God, we only have 2 more spins. That's easy. Let's go. Let's go, baby. That was a good one, Brad. Let's go. Technically, it's your dad's sauce. Okay. Shout out to Bullish. Okay. Dave says, it'll let you know if you say, I'll let you know if you say names right or not, Frankie. I got this. Dave is the official name confirmer. If I say the name right, he lets me know. Or if I say the name wrong, he definitely lets me know. Shout out to Dave Digital. Used to call him Dave Digital, but he corrected me very, very quickly. All right, let's see. You better hurry. Oh, God, 486. I think that's it right there. I'll give you guys 1 for good luck. We'll give you a 6. We'll give you 1 for good luck because we're not getting to that goal. So I'm feeling cocky now. Let's go. I'll spin it a couple more times. Let's see. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Shout out to Dave. He's not going to let anything fly. Let's go. The hare got scared and ran off. Let's go. You never did that. No, Dave, remember? I used to say Dave Digital. Right? Remember? We're friends from back in high school. Remember? No? All right. Shout out to Dave Digital. Dave, the name whisperer. Let's go. Bullish said, I'm sorry. I'm drinking, y'all. It's okay, Bullish. We forgive you, bro. But let's see. What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3 out of 6 giveaways. Not that great of a hit rate there. That's for the mods. But guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I want to just thank everybody for tuning in and sticking around till the end of the live stream. I really do appreciate you guys. All 424 of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Frankie is right. I remember it's digital. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. I truly do mean that. And I'm for real. If you guys are at Bitcoin Miami, please, for the love of God, if you see these fat boys walking around, you just come on and give them a little tickle. Just let them know. Just come up and say hi to us. Like I said, it's our favorite thing. It's our favorite thing to do to interact with the community. We just got off the cruise, and that was super, super cool getting to hang out with the community out there. It's like our favorite thing. So do not hesitate to come up to us. Like I said, just go into the conference, find the mob of people. You'll see Ben in the middle. I'll be somewhere around with the Bit Squad, having a good time and hanging out with the CandleMafia. And yeah, you never know. I don't know if Mrs. Candles is going to be there. She may or may not. But if she is, you may. It might be your only chance to meet Mrs. Candles in the plastic. I mean the flesh. I mean DZ. Oh, God. I got to go, guys. That's all the time I got for this live stream tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Same place, same time. I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, not in the morning, but I'll see you guys at the FOMC meeting where we will be live streaming. I think that thumbnail probably is up now, so set the notifications, turn notifications on, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow during FOMC where we're going to have a good time. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. It's our first time doing it. We're going to wing it. It's going to be really fun, and hopefully I don't get wrecked live, but if I do, it'll be a good time. That's all I got, CandleMafia. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to Mrs. Camp. Shout out to my boy, DZ. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles. Oh, wait. The intro just ran. I thought I started I don't know what's going on, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. I hit the wrong button, guys. I don't know why that happened. I got fat fingers. I got those fat stank fingers that the possums have. I got to go get some sleep, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition they ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing it. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the